Donald Trump has said that Iran's supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, may not be alive. Trump also said that he is not ready to make a deal to end the war with Iran at this stage. In an interview with NBC News, President Trump raised questions on Iran's new leader's health, wondering whether he is even alive. Trump's comments come after claiming that Mojtaba Khamenei is alive but damaged. U.S. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth said that intelligence indicated Mojtaba Khamenei has been injured and may be unable to appear publicly.
Iran's leadership is in no better shape. Desperate and hiding, they've gone underground, cowering. That's what rats do. We know the new so-called not-so-supreme leader is wounded and likely disfigured. He put out a statement yesterday, a weak one, actually, but there was no voice and there was no video. It was a written statement.
The U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance said that Washington knows that the Iranian leader is hurt but cannot confirm how severe these injuries are or if the U.S. is responsible for this. Iranian officials, on the other hand, insist that Khamenei only suffered minor injuries. Mojtaba has not appeared publicly since being selected by Iran's clerical leadership to lead the country. His first message since taking office was delivered not by him but a readout on Iranian state television of posts that he put out on his new account on X. In that written statement, he vowed to continue fighting the US and Israel and called on neighboring countries hosting US military bases in the Gulf to shut them down or risk being targeted. Meanwhile, Turkey has claimed that Iran's new leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, is still alive. Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan said that he does not know the severity of the injuries suffered by Iran's new supreme leader, but added that Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei is alive and functioning.
Well, that is the question that we don't know the true answer. And what we know that he is alive and functioning, and I think he is partly injured as a result of the attack. But he's functioning.
Now, amidst the claims, the US president said that he is not ready for a deal with Iran, though Iran is willing to sign a deal. During the 30-minute-long telephonic interview with NBC, Trump added that the terms are not good enough yet and will have to be very solid. However, the US president declined to speak on what those terms really are. Furthermore, Trump said that he was surprised by Iran's retaliatory strikes on neighboring West Asian nations following the US-Israel joint military operations. Trump also said that strikes by the US have totally demolished most parts of the Kharg Island, while adding that the US could strike Kharg a few more times. And a little earlier, I spoke with Johanna LeBlanc, national security law analyst and foreign relations expert. Here's how she weighs the matter.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. There is a midterm around the corner, and the American people, most of the American people, do not support this conflict that the United States is involved in. But let's be clear, though, for the United States and Israel, the concern is preventing Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons, right? And whereas for most of the rest of the world, it's about, and certainly India, it's about utilizing diplomacy to address nuclear proliferation. So I think that for Iran understand that it has some leverage, and the leverage deals with its access to global energy supply. So I think that is one thing. But for the United States, there's a whole lot at stake. Many of the American people just do not want to see the United States engaged in another war. And the reality is that not just the United States, this conflict could further escalate, and we could find ourselves in a situation where countries around within the region have to get involved in order to bring this to an end. But I think that Iran has a much higher threshold for pain than the United States. Definitely at this juncture, at this time that we are in.